Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 26 of the Ashton Gate 8. I fucked it again. I recorded a whole 1 hour, 40-minute episode and didn't set the video, the game capture up. I had it blanked out, so this is all you'd have seen. Yeah, I didn't realise. I only realised when I went to schedule the video for today, for Monday. So I'm recording this at 7:30 on Monday, the 4th of December. So I'm kind of behind now, and I've got a few things coming up at work and that. So they're probably going to slow down slightly, and then I'm going to have to record like a big bulk. But basically, we did like an hour and 40-minute video, doing the whole transfer window and whatnot. And then we played like a fair bit into the season. You can see we're on the 12th of September. You can see we've already played 5 games. So yeah, I think we just need to talk about what happened then. So we'll just jump straight in with transfers, I think. So a lot of ins and outs, but most importantly, we have still turned a profit. If you look at the back end of last season, 79 million in transfers in, including some of those guys who came in like after the end of the season. Obviously, Utara was one of them. And then a load of the young players. And then we did bring in Abdoulaye Doucouré from Everton for 5 million. Physically declining quite quickly. He's on a 2-year deal, so I'm not too disheartened by that. He is only an impact sub, so he's happy just coming on. But I think just to see games out, he's fine, even though he is physically declining, which is a shame, really, because his natural fitness is still really good. So I think we need to maybe train his physical attributes as like an additional focus. And then a lot of outs. I think the last out you'd have seen is the January ones. So we got to like Abaman. Tommy Conway went out on loan, Warrington out on loan. So nothing major apart from this is Timo Horn. Although he was a team leader, he came kicking off a little bit, saying he wanted to play more and saying he wanted to leave. I mean, 80 games for us. That's fantastic. What a free signing he was. 31, 36, and then 13 in the Prem last season. But you can see conceded an awful lot in the Premier League, so wasn't necessarily that up to scratch. We made the decision to let him go. £6 million he went to Wolverhampton Wanderers for, and is their backup goalkeeper. So I don't know what he was moaning about game time for, because he was actually getting some for us. And George Morgan, a lad we let go out on loan to Tranmere, is actually doing very well. He's just turned 20. 4 goals in 6 appearances in the Sky Bet League 2, 3 goals in the Carabao, and an appearance in the Pappy Johns. He's done very, very well. 7.22, 2 player of the matches. He got absolutely roasted by one of the scouts recently, actually. I can't remember what game was it, but the scout basically came back and said the worst thing was that he had to endure George Morgan's torrid finishing. But since then, he's come on leaps and bounds. So we'll move on to this season then. So the first player through the door was Franz Kratzig. He completed his permanent deal from Bayern Munich. A very, very happy being, well, A, for the value, and B, he's happy being a fringe player. C, he can cover all these positions. He can cover on the wing. He can cover as an advanced playmaker, which I think is mental, considering he's pretty much a fullback. But there's not a reason we couldn't use him there. We could even use him on attack. He's really creative. He's a good passer, good vision. He's just such a good player to have, and you need players like that, especially when you're like a lower to mid-table Premier League team. And then we brought in Aruna Sangante. He came in from Sheffield United, who spent the season in the Premier League, did they? I can't remember. Sheffield United, did they get relegated? Someone tell me. They got relegated at the bottom of the league. However, if you have a little look at him, he doesn't really follow the sort of the trend that we have been going for, transfer history. Sangante, 19.25 million, so quite a heavy outlay. He's actually our record signing. They broke even, Sheffield United. He didn't have a good season last season, but the season before, although he was playing majority of the games off the bench, he did quite well, 6.79, and in the 4 games he started for us this season, he's on a 6.80, so he's pretty like run-of-the-mill, fairly average, but he is only 24. He's got a bit of potential in him still. He still think he's got about a star's worth of potential, but I really like this. He stays back at all times, he marks his opponents tightly, and he plays short, simple passes, and I'm happy with that. And he had to come in due to this. Hayden Roberts has gone to Al Ittihad. The Saudis are just bankrolling us recently. We're probably going to get the Newcastle investigation on the go. But he he came to me and just said he wanted a new contract, even though in the previous video we'd already given him one. And he was moaning about his wage. And I was like, well, what are you moaning? Like, no one's on like astronomical wages. He was on one of the highest earners. And he come in kicking off, and there was slight interest from Saudi. So I just turned around and said, right, okay, well, you speak to his agent. Anyone who you think could come in for him, and Al Ittihad came in for £27.5 million. I couldn't say no to that. On the same day, came in for Pascal Juan Estrada for £19 million, and this is just like exactly what this saves about. £1.3 million he was brought in for when we were in the Championship. Played the vast majority of the games for us last season as cover as like a CDM or a centre back. He scored that wonder goal, if you remember. But if you look, he didn't really perform. 6.65, he's below average. So I was happy to let him go to Saudi for £19 million. That pretty much bankrolled us. And then a third signing for Al Ittihad, Valentin Di Pietri, who you saw on countless videos. He just didn't perform. One goal for us last season, no assists, one in the cup, I should say, actually. Oh no, two in the cup, one in a friendly, and one goal in the league. He was an awful signing, but to double the money, literally over double the money, I couldn't say no to Di Pietri going. But yeah, that freed up a lot of the transfer budget and a lot of the wages. You see, obviously, a lot of lads went out on loan. Romeo Frua did complete his move to Al Fateh. Harry Bonds is now going out and getting a full season under his belt. He is out on loan at Tranmere as well. If you look, they're flying in League Two under Darren Ferguson, with Morgan up front. Bond hasn't kicked the ball for them yet, which is quite frustrating. Ooh, not happy with that. Hopefully they'll rotate him in a little bit more. If not, we'll call him back. But yeah, he went out on loan. Aaron Maguire went out on loan after signing a new contract. He's turned into quite a good goalkeeper, to be honest. His contract expires in 2028. He's only about a star and a half at the moment, but he is out on loan at Notts County. Notts County are 7th in League Two, and you can see he's starting every game there, so he's getting some good development time. Jaden Camerson went out on a permanent transfer to Ipswich. They are now trying to loan him out, which is quite interesting. I don't think he wasn't really developing. He did that full season at Tranmere, didn't really do much, so he went. Jordan Lapham's gone on loan to Tranmere, hasn't played for them just yet. Raphael Arroyo, again, he's 20. He's got a year left on his deal. This will probably be his final loan, and then we'll ship him out. Luca Lynch has finally got a loan deal out. He has gone to Port Vale. Tommy Everett, the right winger turned right back with 3 tackling. He's gone out on loan to Gillingham. Osman Kamara has gone out for a loan fee to Fleetwood, which I thought was quite good business. He actually looks decent. He's getting a lot better. I think if he plays a full season, he's only played one start so far. I think if he gets a full season under his belt at Fleetwood, who are a league above where Tranmere were, managed by Scott Parker, he's got a 3-year deal still. We could probably look to move him on for a bit of money, but it's just a bit more money. Sam Bell finally left. I know it's a bit of a sad one for any Bristol City fans watching. Obviously, Mickey Bell's son. Edward Kozik went. He's gone over to Dynamo Kiev. Tommy Conway finally left and finally went to Sheffield United. If you remember the first season, they were sniffing around him no end. But that injury towards the back end of last season just derailed sort of any chance he had of coming back. When he come back, the coaches quite liked the idea of him, but I just thought it was time to move him on. We've got better players in there. We let Raekwon Nelson go out on loan again. You can see his values shot up. He's got 3 years left on his deal. Again, if he can start every game for Blackpool like he did for Reading, I think that was his best for his development. When he went to Lincoln, they hardly played him. We obviously brought him back towards the back end of last season, and he did well in the Prem. So if you can do well in the Prem, you can do well in League One. He's proven it before. Reece Claremont, he went on a permanent deal again, about £500,000, just a bit more money. Adam Berry went to Cardiff for £2 million. I really like Adam Berry, but again, he's 20 years of age. The scout report isn't amazing because he's not really kicked on despite having a very good loan at Mansfield. Arthur Okonkwo out on loan again. They've since transfer listed him. Oh no, we've transfer listed him. We did try and move him on, but no one wanted him. We let Mate Shin go out on loan to Ipswich, and you'll see why in a moment. But Mate Shin has gone out to Ipswich. Hopefully, again, he's only playing off the bench at the minute. Ipswich still in the Championship under Kieran McKenna, but rotating in, I think, just give him Give him a full season there, see if he can develop. If not, we'll shift him on. Stefan Tarnavanu has left. You may have seen in the earlier screen, or you might see on the left-hand side, we brought someone in. He was moaning. He wanted to be like the number one, and I was happy with doing that. But obviously, we had Kavia in there, and he was moaning, and I was just like, the pair of you doing me head in. So one of these needs to go. We let Tarnavanu go out because he was actually happy to go. Justin Pierre, out on loan. I think that's a great loan for him down at Mansfield. Elijah Morrison, who was one we were hoping to bring in and hoping to rotate through because he had a couple of very, very good loan deals, one at Barnet, one at Port Vale, one at Cambridge. But Sheffield United came in with some silly money, 3.9 up front, 4.9 overall, and a 20% future fee. Same for Yusuf Kamrich. Money up front, money in the future fee. Ronald Jones, we've let go out on loan to Grimsby. Trinidad International now, Ronald Jones. But once again, is not playing, and I don't know why. It's really, really annoying. He keeps going out on these loans, and then they change formation, or they change manager, or they just decide that they're going to, they're just not going to play him. I think he's better than Harvey Rodgers, to be completely honest with you. But he sits on the bench, hasn't made an appearance for them yet, so we'll keep an eye on that one. Good player still. He's still a good player. Still got a lot in him. Will probably be one of them that goes down into the Championship and blossoms. Lewis Warrington, back out on loan to Charlton. Wasn't happy being back up. Again, we've signed better players now. Jamie Shackleton went 4.7 mil to Preston. Quite sad. He was a good backup. Happy to sort of play a bit part. Did all right for us. Only played 10 games overall. And then Michael Rosiak gets another loan out down to Forest Green, but we are looking to move him on. Ekdal went out on loan to Aston Villa, surprisingly. We wanted rid of him. He didn't want to go. And then Bryce Wembam-Gomo. We couldn't register him. We basically, because we'd sold so many players and so many homegrown players, we lost the space to be able to bring him in, and similar for Alvin Sanchez, he's gone out to Al Arabi. I just think there was a couple of signings I made, particularly in that January, that we just didn't need to make, and I was like, okay, well, we need to rejig the squad, we need to get some homegrown players in, we need to get some leaders now that we've lost Timo Horn, and it settled this. First of the actual ones signed from July onwards, Lorenzo Luca, no introduction needed for Lorenzo Luca. He's happy being a squad player, sort of rotating in. 26 on this now. Still a very, very good player. He scored a goal in the Premier League. I can't remember who it was against. It was quite a good finish as well, but it was with his feet. Against Newcastle, a very, very good goal. He comes on, he gives us something different. He can play as a target forward. And then this guy, Ibrahim Digbaroku, on a free from Gladbach's second team. Again, if you look at this, even the games he played for Gladbach, he was doing okay. But the games he was playing for the reserve team were just phenomenal. So we brought him in on a free. The idea was to loan him out, but I think we're just going to have to start rotating him in. You can see he's played in the Carabao and played dreadfully. He's playing for the under-21s now as well, so he's just getting a bit of experience down there for them. Just needs a bit of development, I think, and a bit of... He's not sort of... settled into the team yet, so we'll have. Actually, is he available for the 21s? He is. So yeah, we just need him to get a bit of game time. He is only 21, and obviously we have got Sangante in there now. Nemanja Trifunovic, I don't know if you remember him. We did look at bringing him in at one stage, and we had a deal agreed for like 3.9 mil, and we changed our minds last minute. I then went back and triggered it and thought, okay, that'd be good. And he's played 2 games and got a red card. So yeah, great deal. If anything, we can more than double the money on him. Again, he's happy being a squad player, only 22, got a good report, did very, very well at Partizan, so he fits the bill, gives us that cover on the left-hand side. Next in then, Ilya Mariba, we've shown him in a previous video. He's done very well, 3 games, 1 assist, 6.87 average rating. He did okay for Leipzig, a couple of stats in there as well, but every time he did play, he seemed to do well. A free transfer was a bit of a no-brainer. I reckon he's worth about 40 million now, the guy Arnon. He plays a couple of different positions. He's played advanced playmaker. He's played as a central midfielder. He's played as a box-to-box midfielder, as a ball winner. He's done a bit of everything so far for us, so I'm quite happy with him. He just progresses that ball from the midfield, and I think that's what we needed. in all honesty, I'm thinking this is going to be his role, like an advanced playmaker on attack. Let him carry the ball. He doesn't necessarily have to dribble it, but just run with it, lay it off to one of the wingers. One of the wingers, speaking of, one of them being Cole Palmer, £21 million from Chelsea, so slightly overpaid. He doesn't really suit what we're saying. 6.69 at Chelsea that season, 14 games off the bench, 1 goal. Went on loan to Fulham, 3 goals, 3 assists. That was the year we were down there with them. And then last season, he did nothing. But then he's coming for us and he's actually done really well. He's playing better off the right-hand side than he is through the middle. So we've made a slight tactical tweak. But yeah, him playing on that right-hand side, he's doing really well. He's doing some wonderful things, Cole Palmer, so I'm quite happy with that. And then this guy was quite a mad one from Rice Sport. Ege Arslan, 20-year-old Turkish player, youth international, getting better all the time. The coach report was good. Again, he's finding it hard to adapt, so we've dropped him down into the 21, so he gets a bit of game time. But I think just a natural successor to Christian Eriksen. I think if you compare them, obviously don't forget that Eriksen is like 35 now and doesn't have the legs. Oh, he's 34, doesn't necessarily have the legs, but I just think a natural successor because Eriksen, it's just as technical as Taken and Vision that he's still better than Arslan in. Even mentally, he's only slightly better. So the fact he came in for 5 mil, look at him, 15 determination, 15 flair. I mean, physically he's improving, shoots from distance, plays 1-2s. I just really think, even him, to be honest, I think he could play as an advanced playmaker and just progressing the ball at the pitch. I am going to train him to play killer balls often, which I'll actually do now before I forget, because I tend to do that quite often. You play killer balls often? There you go. 15 flair, 16 vision, 16 passing, 15 technique, 13 decisions, 14 composure, 15 anticipation. He's a very creative player. We've only rotated him in the cup games. We have not given him a Premier League game yet, but I think it's only a matter of time. And then another free transfer, there's been a few. Dan James came in on a free from Leeds. If you look, again, when he does play, he obviously starts a lot of games off the bench. Championship-wise, he was like 4 goals, 4 assists, etc. And then Leeds last season in the Prem, 13 games, 1 goal, but still a 6.78. He's coming to us and there's a 6.95. And again, he just offers us just pure pace. He rotates in. He wants to be a regular starter. We've only started him in 1 game. He's actually still quite happy with it. You look at his happiness. He expects to provide competition for places to earn, and he's happy with that. He doesn't mind that. He seems okay. He's got a good personality. He's fairly determined. He's just, again, he offers us something different, just raw pace on the counter attack. So I'm more than happy with him. David De Gea, more importantly, he's homegrown. David De Gea in on a free then. He has been fantastic. David De Gea, you have a little look, clean sheets, saves per 90. Not conceding a lot. He's just come in and just been fantastic. He's better than Cavlina. He's better than Horn. It was a very, very cheap outlay, 3.7 million, although he is 35, 39 grand a week on a 3-year deal. I'm happy keeping him around for as long as he wants to be here, David De Gea. He's been fantastic, and more so, he was fantastic in the game. The first game of the season against Manchester United, a 7.4, then a 7.6 against Wolves, a 7.1 against Villa, 7.4 against Newcastle, and it's only this West Ham game where he didn't seem good. I mean, in that game we lost 5, conceded 5 to Villa, and he got a 7.1. So David De Gea is in and is the number 1. Next, then, Rafa Marin. 25 million this lad's worth. He came in from Real Madrid Castilla. If you look at this, he started 4 games for Real Madrid last season and got a 6.75. Obviously slightly inflated with him being at Real Madrid. But yeah, I thought he was good value, 24 years of age, pretty much not going to get much better. But again, gives us that rotation. If we look at his report, about the same level as the youth, a bit better Sangante, and obviously we've got Seko as like the third cover centre back. I do like him. He doesn't enjoy big matches. It's fine. We rotate him in. And then again, looking at homegrown quota, Jayden Bogle came in to fill that right back role. Had performed very well for Swansea over the course of 3 seasons in the Championship, and I thought, I'm happy with him coming in. He's not started the game, only coming off the bench, 6.65 so far, but he has been injured, Jayden Bogle. Just cover. That's all we needed. And then obviously we've got Michael Coyote coming on deadline day. 9 million up front, 12.5 million overall, a very, very good fullback. A very, very good fullback. Runs with the ball, gets forward whenever, knocks the ball past opponents, which leaves our squad looking a bit something like this, if we have a little look when it wants to work. A bit like this. We change formation up to something strange. We're going to change this to an attack duty because we've got a defend and a support there. But to be honest, do we want him on attack still? Let's do that again. We just needed to change it up. We looked at this formation a little while ago, and I wanted to bring Grinsell in. It's saying he's natural as a Carolero, but because he did so well there for us with this, we've been playing him as this. If you look, he's done 5 appearances, 1 start and 4 off the bench, 6.62 average rating in the Premier League, so just slightly below average for an 18-year-old with such potential. We love Trevor. We're going to play him as much as we can. Smashing it for Ireland still. Played in the Carabao, didn't do too well. But he's wanted for loan, I think. Yeah, loan from Walsall. They never came in for him, so Trevor is getting rotated into the team. But as I say, it leaves us with something like this, and it gives us the option that even if we wanted to, I mean, we've still got like Dew, we've still got Cannon. Obviously, we can bring them up front. But Greenwood has started the season very well, back in the striker position. We've got Mariba there. We've got Ducore, who can come in any of these positions. Where even if we wanted to play someone as an attacking midfielder, he could play there. Lorenzo Luca is a big target man. We've got Mount and Bush, who started the season quite well, but has now lost his place to Coyote. Marine, we've got Dan James. We've just got so many options. Dango Utara, by the way, has been dreadful. 6.35 average rating for Dango Utara. I've had a little word with him and told him I'm not happy with how he's been playing. He said he would up his game, essentially, but he hasn't. If you have a little look, 6.2 on his last match. He tends to only do 45 minutes because he's just not performing. But speaking of performing, we have got a game coming up that we're going to live com. It's the game against Everton. If you remember, Everton flying quite high last season. Pal Johansson's still doing well despite being unambitious. A couple of the youth players are doing all right as well. Declan Williams has finally got his place back. He kept losing it. It was really annoying me. And like Arnold was playing centre back, and I was like, oh god, I can't bother with this. But he's back in the team now, and it happens all the time. This doesn't it? Ilya Mariba has pulled his hamstring. He's been out with an injury recently, anyway, hasn't he? He had a tight hamstring, and then pulled his other hamstring. Okay, brilliant. Pulled his other hamstring in training. So we'll lose Ilya Mariba, which means Ericsson is probably going to have to start the game against Everton. I was planning on using Mariba. George Morgan continues to do well at Tranmere. He got Tranmere off to a flyer by scoring a volley on 4 minutes. I've said it so much, I genuinely think when he's 23, 24, he will be Premier League quality. I really do. Just keep an eye on him. Please keep an eye on him. I think we're going to keep him around for a little while. The thing is, when you say like Premier League quality, you don't mean like every player being the level of Mason Greenwood. You know, I think we had that problem, particularly last season. We had Greenwood, Dew, and Cannon. As 3 like very, very good strikers. You don't have the ability to play all 3 unless you play 3 striker formation, which, let's be honest, you don't want to do that unless you want to just exploit the game engine. But you don't really want to do that all too often. So a Premier League quality player to me is like somewhat like, think of like someone who can just come in and just do a job, like Tom Davies for Everton, for example. Not an amazing player, not a terrible player, but just did what you asked him to do, and that's all he needs to be. I think if you look at the schedule, and we're talking about Premier League level players, you think we got Christian Eriksen, he's a good Premier League player. Cole Palmer, Premier League level player. Newcastle, Greenwood, Lorenzo Luca, Premier League level players. And then the West Ham game, 93rd minute penalty, we lost that in. And Mario Cozier-Dubry is now a Premier League level player to me. I think he's only 21. Give him another 2-3 years when he's at his peak. He will just be absolute sensational player. Played 118 games for us so far, Cozier-Dubry. I think he's definitely going to go down as like one of the favourites of the save. So Everton, then, first game of the season, they have started quite well. They are sat in 4th position. So Kratzig is back from an injury. everything else, they seem to think they want to bring Kratz again, James and Utara and Bellick, but we're not going to do that. We are starting attacking. The board keep whinging about the directness of the football not being what we want it to be. I mean, can it be more direct than that? So we've gone to that. I mean, they're happy with it. Familiarity. It's only the mentality they're not really good with. So if they get used to that, I think we can start blowing a few teams away. And that's obviously the main aim of this. We can put Bellick in. When did Doucouré get injured? Oh yeah, he damaged his Achilles. He's out for 5 months. Doucouré. That's why his physicality is dropping off a cliff. Obviously, I've not played this for a little while. Tom Cannon, he wants to play more again. He's moaning again, and I promised him. When did I promise him? I think we drop Utara for this, and we can use Dew as the winger. And I think we bring Lorenzo Luca in as like the backup striker. Obviously, we've got Cannon there. We've got Bogle, Belic, Luca, Dew, Rafa Marine. Do we need Rafa Marine in there? Yeah, we do. Not got enough defenders in there. Okay. Okay, well, I think dropping Utara will probably just make him wake up a little bit. But I mean, our Senegalese centre-back pairing of Diouf and Sangante have done very well. I'm very happy with that. Quite a niche centre-back pairing, I would say. Obviously, you've got Coyote there, the Italian on the right-hand side, covering with Grinsell, Borza bombing on, allowing Ericsson to get forward. Can Ericsson play as an attacking AP? I don't think he can. I don't know. We might try it. We might see. But I basically keep an eye on this a lot because, again, like if you look at Ericsson, it says he's best as a DLP. But if you change this up to just watch this blue bar for Ericsson's name here, change into DLP on support, drops right down because he's not used to it. He's not played that all that often. He's only competent. Whereas you make him, let's say, an advanced playmaker attack, goes up a little bit. He's happy doing it. He's accomplished doing it. But change into an advanced playmaker on support, he's more than happy doing that. So that's more what I'm keeping an eye on. We are going to start Trevor again. We do just want to play him as much as we can. And Belic, who in his own right is a fantastic player. Again, Premier League level player. That's what we want at the club. So I'm going to put Seko in for Marine. And I'm happy with the rest of that. Charlie Frith has been doing well as well. He's been rotating in. He's doing very, very well. Yeah, we're just doing well. We're just doing well. I can't really complain. We've got a couple of wingers in there. The team are happy. They're happy with the way we play. The new lads coming in are happy. We've still got the core of players that even some of the players who were there in the championship, like Fallou Diouf was there, Tom Cannon was there, Borza was there, Grinsell was obviously there. Yeah, we've just got a lot of good players knocking about the club. And just go on, just blow them away, lads. We've got, and again with Ericsson and Ege Aslan in the midfield, we've just got players who can just pick a pass like it's nothing. We have changed this up, by the way. One of the viewers actually said maybe change like the frame rate and the capture settings and whatnot, and we've had a little play around with it, and I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I don't think it's as laggy as it was. So we've just knocked down basically the quality. And we'll see how it goes. But it looks all right for now. They've got a mad team now, Everton. Look at Michalenko bombing forward as well. Michalenko to Horta, back to Micho. Oh, Wendy. Coyote didn't cover himself in glory there, did he? That's a minute in, lads. That is, I mean, he doesn't get near him. Look, he's just spinning round. Coyote, he's just spinning about. And Grinsell doesn't stop it, and then the youth doesn't stop it at the back post. That's quite poor, to be honest. With a minute in and we're a goal down. Horta again. This time Coyote does manage to stop him. De Gea. The long ball looking for Cole Palmer. And he's done really well. He shouldn't really be winning that off Micho. Greenwood. Back to Grinsell. Lovely touch to Ericsson. Ericsson out of his feet and he's tried to bend one. What are you doing? Cozy Dewberry had made the run far post as well. It's Horta on the free kick for Everton. Got a big team still, Everton. Looking for Branthwaite. Knocks it on. Aslan does well. Sangante away. Here's Godfrey. Branthwaite on his left foot finds Ricardo Horta, and Coyote gets a foot in on this one. Too bad you didn't do it at the start of the game. Oh, it's took a massive deflection, you jammy bastard. Oh, it's took a huge deflection. No way. That is a pot shot if ever I've seen one. Oh, it's hit the youth. Oh, what can you do, man? That's really frustrating. They've got a 0.42 XG and 2 shots on target, and they've both gone in. That is very frustrating. Grinsell does well, though. Here's Sangante. Coyote. And he'll cross it from deep, Coyote, but he does run with it. He's found Cole Palmer, cuts it across. No, wrong ball! Cole! That is really frustrating, that pass by Cole Palmer. As the youth heads away, Greenwood not to it. The youth again. Everton just seem to be onto the second balls a lot quicker than we are. And I think both Aslan and Grinsell need to come off at half-time because I think there's just these two massive lads in Ayer and what a ball. In Ayer and Ericsson. Ayer and Onana are just bullying the two smaller lads. I think Ericsson, yes, nice one too. I think because Ericsson's just a lot more professional. Oh, Greenwood couldn't get it in. How are we 2-0 down? We're going to be 3-0 down, aren't we? Carlos Soler, still, he's flying past Sangante, does well to get back. And De Gea's looking long for Cole Palmer. Can he win the header again? We will never know because they skipped the highlight. Got a corner which Ericsson is going to deliver. We've been okay from set pieces this season. He's got to the far post. Kimpembe. This Everton team, man, honestly. Sangante. He's still got it, Sangante. He's still going. Not his best pass, but here's Ericsson. Working the angle. That's a great ball for Coyote. He's in the bar. How are we not winning this game? And Horta looking to counter. Buendia looking through for Calvert-Lewin. Get back. Yes, Sangante. Good player, you know. He's a good player. How the fuck have we not scored? Honestly, this is outrageous. Michalenko pulls it back for Onana. Back to Horta. Greenwood intercepts. Well done. Not his best pass at all. That is a very poor pass from Greenwood. He's not performed. 6.3 he's on. Branthwaite. Horta wins it. I thought Ericsson fouled him there. I think we've got away with that one. As they look for Calvert-Lewin, Sangante's had to win it. Win it! Yes. Get in there, Trevor. Pulled out of that one a little bit, hasn't he? There's David De Gea. He's looking for Ericsson. He's lost it. Horta over the back. Palmer driving us forward. Cozy Dewberry he's playing well, but we're just not finding him enough. Horta pulls it across to Buendia, and that is wide. I'm going to tell them to play a bit wider because we seem to be getting. I mean, the two wide players are playing okay, and the two creative midfielders are doing well. I just think we need to bring Grinsell off, maybe even Coyote, because the pair of them have missed a few. I mean, Cozy Dewberry's dropping down now. That's frustrating, you know. I think we've been the better team by a mile. I'm going to bring Bogle in. We're going to bring Coyote off, bring Bogle in. He likes playing as a fullback, though, doesn't he? But we're going to keep him as like a wing-back on support. Grinsell needs to come off. He's not done well. Belic can come in for the exact same position. Ericsson's playing well. Aslan is looking absolutely shattered in there. Palmer's looking tired. Cozy Dewberry's not really performing. I'm going to bring Dan James on as the winger on that side. And let's just keep it wide. Keep focusing the play down the left and right. It'll naturally find its way to Ericsson with him being an advanced playmaker. He's doing well. He's doing quite well. I can't really complain. I think if we can get the ball to him a little bit more and let him, let him pick them passes out, we should be in a good position. And that's a good knock. It's intercepted. Bogle lets it go for the throw. Sticking with the highlights as Bogle throws a shot to Ericsson. Bogle. It's a very high ball, which Branthwaite will deal with easily. Ericsson picks it up again, looking for Dan James. Good touch. Skin him. Ericsson. James. Ericsson. And Belic! Oh, he can hit them. He hit that one. 10 yards over the bar. They want us to wreck the ball in the box. It's not our game. I'm not doing it. I think we still had the better of the game. I really do. Horse's corner. Belic away. Greenwood. Come on, Mason. Run with it. Greenwood. He's all alone. There's not a red shirt near him. We play on the counter, lads. With pace. We've got pacey players in there. With that header, Bogle. Well done. Palmer. Oh, Palmer. Ericsson. He's had some game, hasn't he? Greenwood. Oh, get off. Right, I think Greenwood's got to come off. Palmer's knackered as well, actually. I think then we're going to take Palmer off, bring Dew on as that winger, and I think Greenwood off for Lorenzo Luca as a target forward, and we're going to put him onto attack. We're going to overlap on both sides, and we're going to play really wide. We just need to get them crosses into the box to Lorenzo Luca. What I am going to do as well, as the game ticks away in the background, we are going to tell you to cross for the target forward, and we're going to change the crossing. Get your crosses in. Find the target forward. And we're going to change the crossing to floated crosses. Let him attack it. Just this sort of man he just offers us something slightly different. We're not changing anything up too drastically. How have we not scored? We're not changing up too drastically, but we're just telling them to get it in, just get it on his head. He's a big lad. There he is now, Lorenzo Luca. It's headed away. Arslan to Borza. Oh, it's a poor touch. Falls for Fallou Diouf. Back to Ege. Borza. Dan James. Borza look for the overlap. Couldn't find him. Belic. Lorenzo Luca. It's a good first touch. How have we not scored? Honestly. Pickford looking long. Head of the way. Luca's not going to get anywhere near that. He might get this. No. Tercelinho. Michalenko's found Ivan Toney, who had an unbelievable season last season. And he's 6 goals already. I think obviously it's high risk in what we're doing, rather than sort of sitting back. But if we can just start taking shots, just a few more on target, we'll be fine. We'll be absolutely fine. If we can just get a couple of more shots on target, we'll start scoring the goals because we're making big chances. Right? Can you find the 6'7" man? Ericsson's ball. It's a header. Honest to God. How many chances do we want? This is like, ironically, we're playing Everton. This is like watching Everton in real life. Because the chances we've had, and we're just not, no, I'm not working the ball into the box. We've got a 6'7" target man in there. This is just, I can't believe we've not scored 1 goal. I cannot believe that. How have we not scored a goal in this match? Get it in, Fallou. That is very, very, very frustrating because I don't think anybody particularly played poorly there. I just think we've been very unlucky there. Everton Clinical took 2 chances, 2 goals. That is very frustrating. We had a lot of the ball, so we maintained stronger momentum. The first half was level. Obviously, they scored twice. We were strong in the second half. We were the better team. We were dominant for between 64 and 92 minutes. 30 minutes we were dominant. And our worst period came between when they scored the 2 goals. We were very dominant other than that. Not very good. Not very good. Recent match analysis, we've got a lot of assists within the penalty area. Scored a lot of goals in the penalty area. So the more we get the ball in the box, the more we will score. Final third entries are central. Maybe we do need to work the ball in the box then. Maybe we do it against City. We work the ball into the box a bit more. We can still keep it like slightly more direct. But maybe that is what we need to do, is just actually work the ball in the box. I think we need someone else like in and around Greenwood. Maybe Palmer as an inverted or like an inside, but we tell him to cut in anyway. Maybe we just tell him to get further forward. Yeah, maybe we tell him to just get further forward, and then we just let Coyote like naturally get forward a bit more. Just very frustrating. There was the stats showing it, and I can't speak. We shouldn't have lost that game. I was thinking about like maybe playing narrower, but we've got very good wingers and we want to exploit that. So it'd be a bit silly to do that. But I think for the next game we need maybe Greenwood out there, and Tom Cannon playing as the poacher. Greenwood out on the left. Like I'm not entirely sure what like his best role is out there. He's done it before. Inside forward, they're saying, or an attacking winger. I think inside forward makes sense. It means he can sort of cut in, he gets involved. Again, do it on attack. He gets involved, he can cut in. Bors is there as well. I mean, even if we put Cannon sort of this side and just did it a bit more asymmetric and let Greenwood run into this space, Bors I can push on, Ericsson can push on, and Cozy Dubry's got like 2 or 3 options to pick from. So I think we're just going to slightly change it to that for the City game. So some good news is that Ilya Mariba is fit to play against Manchester City. So I think we will bring him in. Obviously, he can do this role as well, like a ball winner, and sort of play deep and run forward from there. So I think we will bring him in. The idea is obviously like Belic, Ege, but I'd rather Belic play deeper as like the ball winner midfielder on defend, and then maybe we can change it up. Let's do this. You go there. Ege drops out. And Mariba comes in, I'm thinking, and then Cannon can just play in the middle there. Mariba then. I think centre midfield is when he's performed best, just as like a centre midfield on support. Box to box, 6.9. Advanced playmaker, no. Central midfielder. Really hard to tell. I think we'll start him like that, and then just see sort of how they get on. We are going to stay attacking. I think that's the way we just need to play now. Maybe a bit silly going to Manchester City and playing that way. Ball winning midfielder on defend, thank you. I should jump up. It does. Ilya Mariba then. So they're saying his best position is a Metzala on attack. It's not, and it drops everybody else down with it. Even on support, it drops every. I mean, it gets Cozy Dubry up, to be fair. Midfield on support, drops him up. No one else is really there or thereabouts. Ball winning midfielder on support, no. God. Attacking central midfielder, no. Drops everybody back again. I always do this. I just have a little look and just see what it does. Got to be a supporting CM then, hasn't he? Greenwood does not look comfortable out there, does he? Awkward. That's mad how much it drops it off, you know. What if we did that then? And if we swapped that round and Ericsson can go that side as like a advanced playmaker on support, and then Mariba can be like central midfield on support. Obviously, the Metzala role tells him to Roam from position, move further forward, drops everybody else out, doesn't it? No, I think if we make him a central midfield on support and just tell him to run wide with the ball, maybe go for it that way. Belic looking okay. Everyone else looks okay if we just stick with this. Bit of an unconventional one, but we're just trying to see what the players like. I mean, I'm happy like messing around with formations and positions if it just means the players can just play football. That's all I need them to do. I didn't unpause it. So yeah, the game against City, Mariba is fit to play, so we brought him in. We've got a bit of a mad formation. We've gone two up top, one winger. Mariba playing as like the centre mid on support, but running wide with it, with balls are overlapping. That being said, I do need to change that after that. And just seeing what the players like doing. That's the way I want to play. Belic wins his header. Go on, get there. Oh, fucking hell, Greenwood. He had to win that. We were through. Doyle to Foden. Looking to switch it. Rodri. Now Bernardo. Nico. And this is the only thing I was worried about. But Militao is more like a defensive fullback from the looks of it. So that's better. Get there, Tom. No. They're like really weak at the minute. It's like they just don't want to put a tackle in. It's really strange. Oh, dear. And Borza's exposed, and it's a good tackle by Sangante. Rafa Marines had to come in as... who am I thinking of? Fally the Youth can't play. This combination, this is the one, isn't it? So this is what I like doing, is having a little look at what combinations are the most effective, and then trying to press the weaker of them. So Militao, if we press him, we mark him tightly and tackle him harder, show him onto his weaker foot, just stop that ball going. I mean, once it goes out to Militao, just get somebody out there to tackle him. I think that's the best way of sort of combating that, because that's the combination they're using the most. You can see the darker green line. They're still doing it now. It's on this right-hand side, but obviously... Oh, go on, Christian. Obviously, we don't have a left winger, so that makes sense as to why that's happening. We get a corner, which Cozy Dubry is going to deliver. Some big lads to aim at. And he's kicked it straight at Militao. Wrong colour shirt. There's Coyote. And 27 minutes in, we've not been too bad, to be honest. Oh, Belic had to be careful there. Here's Mariba to Tom Cannon. He slipped it wide to Cozy Dubry. This is what we wanted. Cozy Dubry, why are you shooting? There's two men in the box. We're going to get counted. It's Phil Foden, Rodri. Well done, Coyote. Here we go again, Ericsson. He's got a lot of room, a lot of freedom, Christian Eriksen. He just... Why are you running with the ball? Rafa Marine and Mariba are struggling out there, really. I think a lot of them are struggling, to be completely honest with you. Not really used to what's being asked of them. Could just be that because he flapped that there, Marin. He just got rid of that ball as soon as it come near him. He did not want that one bit. Here's Belic. This is better. Sangante looking for Greenwood, who's moved out wide, and Militao had to deal with him. I'm going to put the press on again. Stones to Gvardiol. Doyle. Good tackle, Coyote. He's done all right, hasn't he, Coyote? Doyle is going to sprint past three. See it coming a mile off. There it is. What a save, De Gea. See it a mile off. Do you know when they just pick the ball up deep? I've played too much of this game to know the animation. You just see it a mile off. They pick it up and they're just gone. Bernardo with the ball in. And De Gea claims it well. They are still... I need to change this up. They're still really abusing that left-hand side. I think Greenwood's going to have to come there as like an inside forward on support and just offer a bit of cover. Tom Cannon can go there. Obviously, we're trying to work the ball into the box as well. Maybe we don't want to do either of that. Maybe we just want to do this rather than like early crosses or anything like that. Mariba. How have you been so poor? How is he on shorter passing, by the way? We're in attacking. Crap, in all honesty. City haven't been much better. Rafa Marine needs to come off because he's just going to cost us a goal, I think. Greenwood, I'm fine with him out there. Mariba has just been so poor. So poor. I'm just going to change him up to that. And I'm going to change Eriksen up to attack. And hopefully that just gives us a little bit more going forward. I need to change this as well. Do you know what? I'm going to take that off. I'm just going to let them play. Just be direct, pass it into the space and play and see what happens. Right, Seko, this is just the start of the half highlight, isn't it? Unless we do a madness. Coyote's picked it up and he's sprinting away. Michael Coyote. Oh, fucking elbows her. Mariba's coming off. 6.2. Get off this pitch. Trev, get on. So let's change it up. Let's put... Come on then. Come on then. Anytime today. Thank you. Trevor Grinsell, ball winning midfielder on support. Tom Cannon. 6.6. Greenwood 6.5. Cozy Dewberry's knackered. Let's bring Cole Palmer on. Let's bring Greenwood off. Let's bring Cannon off. Let's bring Dew on. Let's give Dew a game. He needs to give us something, Francelinho. He's not done enough for me. Particularly this season, he's done very, very little. Francelinho Dew. Let's change him back to a support as well. I'm just throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks here, to be honest. Performed well in like one formation and then somehow lost the game to Everton, despite still doing well in the formation, which is very frustrating. Bellis tries to get it away. It's going to fall, you jammy bastards. The goals we've conceded these last 2 games, mate. Oh, honestly. Honestly, man. Goals we have conceded have been so unlucky. Bernardo brings it forward. It's a good block by James. Bellich's clearance just falls straight back to him, and Nunez is just passing it into an empty net. Trevor Grinsell's going to take this long throw. He's found Seko, back to Grinsell. Ball in, looking for Palmer. Falls for Seko, then James. Oh, it's blocked again. Coyote, Sangate, Eriksen. Pick a pass. Grinsell. Go on, get it in, Trev. Get to the cross. Oh! Trevor's done well. Just coming on. Bellich hasn't. I think they're going to score here, aren't they? Alvarez has got all the time in the world. Picks out Foden at 12 block. There's Haaland and is an offside. Another corner. I'm so frustrated. It's 2 games in a row. I mean, that Everton game was just... shouldn't have lost it, should we? Let's be completely honest. The hair is looking long. We've just not won any header, any second ball. Palmer, forward for Coyote. He's got players ahead of him, and he just about picks out Eriksen, who then loses it instantly. And City go away. Rodri to Nunez. Good block. Stones. Nunez again. Good tackle, Trev. What are you doing, Bellich? What is he expecting out of that? Just launching it? Well, I think it says it all when an 18-year-old's come off the bench and is the best player on the pitch for you. So there's probably not a lot we can say about that. Coyote losing it again. Once again, we lose the ball in a very, very silly area. I'll just be one of those people who sticks on a 4-2-3-1 gegenpress and doesn't have to worry about anything. Don't change, you're not in. Don't have to change a thing about your tactic for 17 years and you'll win every trophy. Can I just do that? Do I have to fucking stick with this? boring, you know. It gets boring. Be asked doing it. So leaves us in 11th place, 8 points on the board. I'm just so bored of it. I'm bored of it. I'm bored of it. I could just throw a 4-2-3-1 on, stick gegenpress on. I could play fucking wide ball. I could just do all that crap everyone else seems to do. But no, you try and play it. You try and work things out. They work, and then you lose, and then they don't work, and then you win a game, and then you change it up to something nonsense, and you win. I just can't be bothered. Like, there's so many players just underperforming. I just don't know what to do. I'm tempted to literally scrap it all. Like, literally, get rid of them. Get rid of everything. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Like, like, oh, there you go. Ooh, look, we can play 4-2-3-1 gegenpress. We look to be good at that. What's the formation? Oh, 4-2-4 gegenpress. There you go. Let's stick that on. Bet you will whack Tottenham about 53-0. Honestly. Well, if it works, it works. To be honest. Obviously, the 4-2-4 is a formation that we've used a lot. Pass into space, play out of defence at a higher tempo, take short kicks, higher press. I don't want to play that. I don't want to do that. Don't want to do that at all. And this is what sort of got us to the dance a little bit last year. So what do you do? We're obviously better at pressing high, so maybe we put that on for a bit. Just go direct. Doesn't have to be a high tempo. Just go direct and get it forward. I'm going to leave it there. As you can tell, a very frustrating episode. We don't play Tottenham now for a long while. There's some sort of international tournament going on. Don't know what it is. Loads of players on international duty. So I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching.